I'm Ariel Hubbard.
And I'm Vicki Draper.
Welcome, welcome. We have some great information for you this month. We're going to talk about the chakras. We're going to explain them in detail, and we're going to get into really a deep dive with a couple of them. So, everybody, did you know that the chakras are energy vortexes that connect with something called the central channel? And the central channel feeds your body with energy through the chakras. Did you know that you can receive energy in and send energy out through the chakras? And this is how other people read your energy. Your chakras are vortexes. They spin, okay? And they move energy in and out of your body, and that energy perfuses through your auric field. That's the energy field around your physical body. But did you know that pets have chakras too, right, Vicki?
Oh, yes, they do. And what's even important about that is how they relate with the people, how the people's and pets chakras relate too.
Yes,
Because like you said, we're energy beings and these vortexes are constantly receiving and sending information. So
absolutely. And
we're
now
going
when
to
people
dive
read your
more.
energy, right? When pets read your energy, they're reading it from their chakras. They're reading what you're sending out through your chakras into their chakras. Same thing happens between people, and that's how people pick up on your vibes, man.
Yeah, so let's take a quick moment to introduce ourselves.
Yes,
We're so excited about this topic. We just diving right in for you.
totally.
And
So I'm
so,
Ariel Hubbard, and this is Vicki Draper.
yes, and Ariel works with people, and I work with the pets, and
That's
for
right.
the healing. And you can find Ariel at arielhubbard.com, and you can find me at healingyouranimal.com. So for more information, because we love hearing feedback, and then if you want to get in touch with us, you know how to do that.
That's right.
All right, so let's continue in with this juicy topic of the
The
chakras.
juicy topic. So human beings stand upright, right? So our central channel is vertical, and the crown chakra points upward, and the root chakra at the base of the pelvis points below the pelvis. For animals, since they're quadrupeds, their chakras are in a different direction than human chakras are, right, Vicki?
Yes, they have the same seven main chakras. It's just like you said, because they're on all fours, they're directed a little differently.
Exactly. But they still do the same thing. They send and receive energy.
Yes.
And that's really important, because if the chakras are not spinning correctly, if the diameter is too big in the front and too small in the back, if they're going counterclockwise or not enough energy is flowing through, and this happens over an extended period of time, that can cause a physical manifestation of a health issue. And that's why energy workers work with the chakras to clear them, balance them, charge them, and realign them with each other so that there's a clear, balanced flow of energy. You have to have flows of energy. It's just like in a traffic jam on the road. You're driving on the road, you get stuck in traffic. Everyone gets grouchy. They start yelling and doing all kinds of things. And that's symbolic of what happens in the body,
That's true.
because literally the chakras feed different glands and different systems in the body. Like they feed the pineal gland or the thymus gland or the heart itself or the reproductive system, right? Or the adrenal glands. And so if those systems aren't fed with energy, they experience challenges, and sometimes health issues can arise from that. And emotional upset, stress, pain, confusion, these different kinds of states can affect the chakra flow, and can affect the way they spin, and it can affect the physical health. And that's why energy workers are working to rebalance the flow of energy through these structures.
That is why, yeah, it's so important. Just because it's energy, that it does work with the physical body.
It
So
affects the
you
physical
can't
body.
just
Yep.
ignore it, because it does have a direct correlation, a direct impact. And so that may be why, if you're doing a lot of physical things and you're not getting the results you want, that you really need
Energy.
energy, right? Energy support. And that goes for your animals too. So that's why the veterinarians and the doctors do what they do from the Western model. And that's the physical focus. And so then when we have the energy, that adds a whole nother layer of support for a more complete holistic approach.
Absolutely. The chakras also, and the reason why I'd say it that way is because people in other parts of the world say chakra and
Yeah,
Americans say chakra.
that's true.
The word means wheel, and it's literally a vortex that spins energy in or shoots energy out. Um, the other thing is the different chakras vibrate with different colors, different tones, different seed syllables. They're called bijas. Different sound frequencies can affect the chakras. So, like if you're animals, which they have much more sensitive hearing than we do, they can be affected by sounds around them just like we can. That's why sometimes when we're listening to music or sounds that we don't like and it makes us feel bad, it's because the sounds are affecting our chakras. It's really interesting. The other thing is the reason why energy workers or sensitives or empaths can feel them or see them or sense them is because their chakras are open. If your chakras aren't open, you can't perceive energy at higher levels of existence. And that's why there's a whole bunch of people out there that don't feel anything. And there are all these people that do feel something. And if you're one of those people that feels something, it's because your chakras are more open than the people around you. It's very simple. If you want to be able to see people's auras and see chakras, you got to open up your third eye, and it has to stay open enough for you to see it. It's very straightforward. It's not some mysterious special skill. But openness is key, an open mind, right? It's like minds are important and open chakras are important.
Yes. Yes.
So
And
today we were talking about a couple of chakras specifically, and I wanted to mention the symbology of two of these. One is the solar plexus, and the other is the sacral chakra. Vicki has a couple stories about the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is a name for the solar nerve plexus. All these nerves innervate the digestive system, and it's really important physically because that affects how you process your food, how you gain nutrition from your food, reading any poisons or anything that's not good for you, and how to get that out of your body. So that nervous system is important, but the chakra is important too because it determines how you feel and feel energy around you, and it also determines your will, the strength of your will, the clarity of mind, and it also affects your digestive system. And that's why little kids, when they're upset about something, they have their tummy aches is because they're responding through the solar plexus system. As human beings, we develop our chakras as we get older, and most kids don't have really well developed chakras until they're about 14. And the lower chakras develop first, like the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. But those kids are reading that energy through there, and they're sensitive. Now, Vicki, you had some stories you have a book that's just out about
yes,
this, right?
I do. I
Yeah.
have a book, Healthy, Free, and Harmonious, Balancing Your Pet's Chakras, that goes into detail about the chakras and why you want to know about them. It does go into yours, and so you're not left hanging while you learn about the pets and their chakras. And yes, I get a lot of pets that have digestion issues. And so working with that third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is key in those cases. And sometimes it is physical, and sometimes it's emotional, it's environmental. Like you said, the children that are responding, they're having gut reactions,
Literally.
well, the adults do too. It's just we don't
Right.
always equate it. But so it's not just physical digestion. Well, the emotional affects the
Affect the physical
a
digestion.
physical digestion. And so that's why if you're working with the vet and you're doing all the physical things and there's still issues, that there's a whole nother energy component that can support it and getting
Totally.
it better.
And what's the normal color of a healthy solar plexus chakra?
Bright, sunny yellow.
Yes. And and remember, they go out the back too. So for a pet, it's coming out the top around their abdomen, right? Their mid back. And for human
Yes.
beings, it's around the belly button, and it's also the backside.
Yeah. And so the
Yeah.
pets, right, it's above them and then below
Uh-huh.
them. Yeah.
Right. And so
Yeah.
when those pets had digestive issues, would you like when you would palpate their solar plexus chakra, what would it the color be yellow or would it be a
No,
different
no,
color?
no. It's a darker color. Sometimes it's a black
Yes.
that it's really, really energy in there that does not need to be there.
That poor little honey.
I
If it's
know.
black and you know there's something going
They're
on.
really
I
suffering.
know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see dark clouds around people and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Gotta
It's
clear
like,
that out.
and then
So
someone would clear it out. It's like, oh my gosh, and it's like they can breathe easier, move easier because they're able to digest easier.
absolutely.
Yeah, because I had a client, Rosie, little Labradoodle, and
Oh,
have she had an experience with eating a poisonous mushroom while she was out in the woods.
oh,
Here in the Pacific Northwest, in the woods we can encounter those. They may have been in the park, but anyway, and so she did the things with the vet. You go and you get induced and all of that support. Well, it still took us working with Rosie with the energy to really get her settled in there.
wow.
Because of that poison and the impacts, it wasn't a one-shot deal. I mean, we had multiple sessions because it just really did a number on the digestive system.
Yes. Yep.
And so,
And eventually did she get better?
yes,
That's
yes,
awesome. Yeah. And in humans, it's also the lower mind, your personality and the way you process information as a human being. Your third eye is about your spiritual mind and receiving information from the higher realms. But the solar plexus and trusting your intuition also, but the solar plexus is about your willingness to do whatever needs to be done, whatever you're working on. And when people are not motivated, they're not motivated to do anything. And that's been a big issue recently in the last few years with COVID and everything. Their solar plexus is weak. It's like a watery yellow. It's not a nice bright yellow. So I work on clearing that and then I charge it with bright yellow. And then I always have conversations with people about what that is and what that could look like for them and what motivation could be for them. And addressing the why of why they're not motivated. So we have a conversation about it too to help them process it mentally as well as energetically. So we have a conversation about that. The
well,
digestive thing is huge though. It really is.
it really is. And I want to share another point that people don't even think about or realize, because I have a regular client and her dog Rocky, and he's a regular sized Labradoodle. He was having digestive issues and we'd get them good in the session, but then the next month they'd be back. And I'm like, okay, this isn't right. This isn't normal. So then I had to turn to his guardian, Heidi, and I said, how is your digestion? And she went, ooh. And so then we had to address her digestion because it was impacting Rocky's.
Because animals are so sensitive, they
They are
resonate.
so sensitive. And like you said, we're sharing that energy. Well, they're picking it up of our unbalanced chakras.
Right. So she was sending out this energetic imbalance. He was pulling that in through his solar plexus chakra. That was impacting his physical state.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so when she addressed hers, the energy changed.
Then
the
it changed where
energy
he could stay cleared because what his wasn't really his, but it was manifesting as his. I mean,
yes. Yep.
and if it kept going, it would have really been his. I mean, for long term. Yeah.
So just to explain this anatomy in an anatomy sense, excuse me. So chakras on human beings, they have filters on the outsides of them, but you don't really develop filters until between 7 and like 12 years of age for human beings, but animals don't have filters. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have filters on their chakras, right?
No,
and so literally it's like if you have stomach acid and that energy of that acid, I mean, everybody has that stomach acid, but I mean, if it's not processing correctly, right? And then it's processing down through the intestines, the animal's going to receive the vibrational frequencies of that straight into their energy system. And that's great that you had that awareness to talk to the guardian about it. And You know, ask them if they're
Because,
like, what's going on with them. And then when they made their changes, their animal improved, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I'll bet you have tips about that in your book too.
yes, there
About,
are. And that,
yes.
that story is in my book too, showing
Yes.
the correlation between people and our pets, that it's
Yep.
multifaceted. It's not
Absolutely.
one or the other, they work together.
100%.
And yeah, because sometimes it is the animal's issue, but then that's when I knew, when it kept coming back, I'm like, okay, there's another piece to this puzzle.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Because with animals, when we usually clear it, it's cleared. And then if
Yes.
it's putting it back in, then it's like, okay, we got to look deeper.
So human beings don't always let stuff go, but animals usually do. So
Yeah.
usually when you clear with an animal, it stays that
Yeah.
cleared. And with human beings, sometimes I have to go back and keep checking to make sure they actually let it go. So
Well, right. Animals clear and heal much quicker than people.
yeah. 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 So let's talk about the sacral chakra too, because,
Okay.
and I want to mention this. I have a lot of clients because I do massage as well as energy work, right? So a lot of my clients come in with low back pain. So the low back pain, that's the lower posterior, that's the posterior sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is about money, creativity, close relationships, and sexuality. It's all those things, okay? And a lot of times the back of the chakras, that's the subconscious for people. And the conscious stuff is in the front. Okay. And a lot of people who don't feel supported financially, or they don't feel like someone's there for them, or they don't feel like they have what they need in life, they have lower back pain. And I have a lot of clients with low back pain. Sometimes where they have pain in the anterior lower abdominal area or the pelvic area, that can be related to sexual trauma. And it presents like pain physically, but if I just ask a few questions about, do you have a history of trauma in that area of the body that's physical, but like, is it emotional too? People start tearing up. And so I'll work with them to clear the emotions attached to any physical experiences they've had. And then that will clear up the second chakra, but it also will make the tissue physically relax and stop hurting. And this has come up a lot in my career. I've worked with a lot of people because sexual trauma is very prevalent. It comes up for a lot of people. How does this sacral chakra stuff show up for animals? Like hip dysplasia?
Well, if there's hip dysplasia, I definitely work with the sacral chakra.
Uh-huh.
It affects breeding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
I
it
have
affects
some
the reproductive system.
breeder clients, and so whether it's the male or the female, making sure that that second chakra is open and healthy and vital.
Absolutely.
It's also any rescue animal that gets impacted.
Wow.
Second
Okay.
chakra, because it's bleeding down into the first, but there's just a lot of trust and
Relationships, about relationships,
that
right?
they have to rebuild because of
Because they don't trust the
sometimes a
people
lot of
before
very
them.
traumatic beginnings.
Right. Because oftentimes something happens.
Yeah.
And that's why they ended up in rescue anyway.
Right. They've been in a really bad situation, bad
Yep.
environment, treated badly. I mean,
Yes.
it's really sad, but
Yes.
yeah.
So when you do healing work for them, you're helping them heal and let go of that pain and step into another level with
Yes.
their new guardian.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's helping them build that bond quicker, and just really setting them up for a whole new life, a different, improved life.
It's really powerful.
And then the second chakra also comes into play with bladder infections.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Because I was in with a client, because I always ask when there's, like excessive peeing and inappropriately, it's like, well, have you been to the vet to check out the bladder infection? And this person had said, yeah, they had, but it may have been a while, but
okay.
It had continued. And I'm in there working with the second chakra, and this cat goes, I'm in pain. And I'm like, so then I tell her, I said, you've got to get back to the vet. And there was a bladder infection. And so we worked with, I worked with balancing it from the energetic, and then it still needed, the
Physical.
cat needed the antibiotics to help with the physical, to take, the infection away.
Absolutely.
And then things got better.
That's amazing. So if you want more information about this, Vicki and I are both teaching classes this month. So Vicki, why don't you tell us about the class that you're doing?
Yes, I have a Balancing Your Pet's Chakra class, and it actually, the book, Healthy, Free, and Harmonious Balance Your Pet Chakras, came from teaching that class. And so now this will be my first class teaching it with the book out. So
That's
if you
awesome.
like what's in the book, come learn more live in Zoom. And we go through each of the chakras, and it's a great experiential and transformational, because by the end, you're different because you've been receiving energy work and practicing energy work through the course.
What day is that?
It starts on Tuesday, May 2nd.
Awesome.
And it's
And people can
multiple series. So you can go
Okay.
to my website,
Okay.
healingyouranimal.com,
Okay.
and under the classes events, and you can read all about it, find out more, and sign up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's really cool because people are going to get a lot of great information.
Yes.
I love
And
it.
it's fun to do it instead of just reading it, to be doing it live and
Oh yeah.
with their pet, and then asking questions, getting questions answered. And yeah.
So great. And so I'm doing a chakra crystal healing course.
Woohoo.
So what I'm doing is I work with 18 chakras actually, and I'm going to teach not only the symbology, but I'm going to teach you, this is a live class. I'm going to give you the experience of touching and working with stones. I have a lot of stones, and I'm going to bring them to the class, and I'm going to teach you which stones go with which chakras, so that if you know that something's off on a particular day, you can grab a crystal, right? And you can get something, and you can work with that stone to help balance and open up your chakras, because a lot of us are busy. We have a busy work day, right? We don't necessarily have time to lie down and meditate. So you can grab a stone, right? And put it in your pocket or put it under your chair or whatever you're doing. And you can work with that stone, and you can take that stone and hold it and then do some breathing exercises. So it's a lot of information. It's going to be on April 28th from 11 to 3. I know that's during the day, but you know what? It's a great opportunity to experience and touch and feel the vibrational frequencies of these different crystals. And it's really powerful. It really gets your energy moving, makes you laugh. We'll have a really, really great time. Also, you guys, if you want to take these classes, but you can't make those days with us, reach out to us and schedule something else. We'll always do other classes. It's not like this is the only chance, because we know you're
Exactly. And then we
busy.
can always
Yeah,
put you on to be notified when this particular class is coming up.
totally.
But yeah, on my website, I have the classes I'm teaching for the rest of
Yep.
the year. They're different classes. And so, if this one, you can't make this one, there are other opportunities for different topics.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, Ariel, crystals, that sounds like a lot of fun,
It's gonna
because
be fun.
Ariel touched on it, but I want to just emphasize the crystals have their own natural healing energy, and that is just magic when you're working with the crystals and your energy field at the same time.
Totally. Absolutely. So I'm going to be teaching at Arlington Massage School, Arlington School of Massage. You can go on their website and click continuing education and find me, or you can reach out to me at 971-319-2618. Just text me. That's 971-319-2618, and I'll send you the link for that class. It's going to be fun. But she's right. Crystals are life-changing.
They are.
You create grids with them. You can hold them. You can and you make essences with crystals
I
too.
do. And
Yes.
I actually have a
Yeah.
chakra set essence, since we're talking about chakras today. And we talked about chakra 2. Whoops. And it's got the color with it. And chakra 3 has
Yes.
the color with it on the label. And then digestion ease is one that helps with the physical and emotional digestion for you and your animals. And these are all available on my website, Healing Your Animal. So healingyouranimal.com is the place to go to find out about classes, to find out about the essences, to order essences, to reach out and even have a conversation with me if you'd
Absolutely.
like. If you're having, I do a free consult So get in touch, and then you'll find Ariel's and my podcasts on my website. And
Under the media tab.
yeah, if you like
Yep.
this and what you've
Yep.
heard and you want to go back and hear past editions, it's there for you, because we love
Awesome.
supporting you and your pets with optimum health and healing.
And then you can always find me at arielhubbard.com. It's like the spelling of my name on the screen. If you're watching this, and it's ARIELHUBBARD.com if you're listening. Awesome. Well, we talked about a lot today.
We did. So
yes.
hope everyone that this was serving and we've whet your appetite and you want to learn more. Because between Ariel and myself, we have a lot of years doing this. And so we have a lot of information stored up.
Absolutely.
Not stored up in our vaults that we give out.
Stored in our brains too, that we share when we teach. So
yeah. Even my editor, when she was editing my book on the chakras, she goes, I thought I knew about chakras, but I learned a lot from your book,
Isn't
so
that
it's
great?
like, yeah. So it's a deep, rich topic. And so there's always more to learn.
Absolutely. So whatever way you want to interact with us, whether it's, connecting with us, asking questions, booking appointments, or buying products, or taking classes, or listening to prior podcasts, there are a lot of ways you can connect with us. That's healingyouranimal.com with Vicki and arielhubbard.com with me. We'd love to help you out. And we're going to be here next month, right?
Yes.
We're here every, what is it, the first Thursday of every month at 10 o'clock. So love to have you guys come back and listen to us again. And we appreciate your kind attention. And please share. Please share. We love that.
I know. Thank you for being with us.
Have a great day, you guys. Take care.
See you
Thanks so
next
much.
month.
Bye-bye.